Good morning, guys. Thanks for coming along. It's Easter weekend, it's a Saturday morning. I'm in the Roman orchard. Look at that, isn't that nice? It's a hot, sunny morning in southeast Kent, and we're just going to do a few rows. We'll just see what we can find. And if I find something interesting, I'll show you. How about that? Deal? Deal. Thanks for coming along. Let's have a go. I'll see you all on the first one. Well, I've come 3 steps, first real swing, right in the middle of the row, as you can see, just there, right in the middle, we get a little pewter button. The find's not exciting, but what that does mean, it means that I've never done this row. The chances of me missing that are really, really quite small, aren't they? So that means this row could be quite exciting. I want to give a shout out to my pal Sam Webb, who went out yesterday and posted online that it was the first time he'd ever been out and didn't find a button. Hopefully I was going to do the same, but there you go, Sam, first find. It's a button. If I find 300 buttons, I will not be filming 300 buttons, just so you know. Let's go. Are you ready to be impressed? It is officially one to the second hole of the day, I kid you not. Boom, look at that, which I believe is silver. Was it a bluebird? That's fantastic. That is really, really nice. Oh, I'm happy with that. It's only the second hole. Is that a hallmark there? It may well be. I wonder if I can get that. Oh, we might have to try and bend that back into shape later on, back at the ranch. Wow, happy with that. Chuffed a bit. Chuffed. Oh, I should tweet about it. Right, moving on. Well, we're doing all right so far. I was going to disregard this as a nail, but it's got that bit in the middle. Is that a hand to something, or is it the pin off a big old buckle? Or I don't think that's a nail. It's interesting, isn't it? Give that a clean up back at the ranch. I don't know what that is. Interesting. Artifact. How cool. Loving this field this morning. Well, in the last 10 foot we've had 2 little musket balls, different bores. 2 little musket balls came out. One's a bit battered, one's older than the other. But we know just up on that ridge up there is where an artillery, I think it was a major or a general, he used to be based. So it's hardly surprise him. We're going to find some ballistics. There we go, 2 musket balls. Very good. Now this really isn't a bad place to stop. Have a cup of tea. I really am quite lucky. There we go. I suppose that's what you'd call one of those mindfulness moments. Right, everybody, stop, relax, and breathe. That's nice, isn't it? Happy days. Watch again, we're back at the ranch and we're going to concentrate on this. I've had this between 2 bits of board for a couple of hours now, and that wing's slowly starting, remember it was bent right over? I don't think we're going to get it much more than that. So now I'm going to give it the old silver paper trick and see if we can't clean it up enough to be able to read those hallmarks. And if we can read those hallmarks, we should be able to identify the maker and what year. So let's have a go at that, shall we? That surely is. It's a lovely thing. Look at the detail on it. Let's see how clean we can get it without chemicals. Watch again, back at the ranch. We're going to have a run through some of the things that we found. We picked this up. It's a big lump of stone. No, that's got to be man-made, isn't it? Look at that. I mean, it's comfortably a hand tool of some kind, but I don't know. I'm not really an expert in geology, so I'm not really sure. It's very, very tactile. I like that a lot. That's good. Trash, rubbish, trash, rubbish, trash. Headless lead soldiers. Don't know what that is. It looked quite shiny and was notched on the side, so I didn't know if that was anything exciting, but back at the ranch, I would have said no, not that exciting. Buttons, bits of lead, 3 musket balls of various bores and various age, but nothing exciting. Now this, there was a little lump of silver. That tests as silver. No idea what it was, what it is. It's not a coin. It's got a random bit of hair stuck on it now, which is very attractive. But a little lump of silver. Silver's good. Now this, I don't know if that's a pin to a buckle. I don't know if that's a hand from something. I thought it was a nail initially, but that head's too insubstantial to be a nail, and it's got that kind of thing halfway through. Square. Anyone's got any ideas on that? I really would be interested to suggestions as to what that is, because I don't know. I can't find anything similar to it. So last, not least, which was the second hole of the day. Look how well she cleaned up. Now look at that. That is beautiful. I think we should go outside with a cup of tea and have a quick chat about that. Right, now with the help of a local jeweller, we've discovered that this was assayed or registered, as you can see that. Let's try and get that in Chester, in the UK, in 1901. 1901, the year that Queen Vic died, and Edward VII took over. And for some reason in that field, this is the 3rd bit of jewellery that I've found from around that age. Not in the same part of the field, but all in the same field. I think that's beautiful. I've taken it to a local jeweller and he's had a look and he thinks it was a hat pin. You can see at the back where there might have been just attachments there, maybe even there. And it's a lovely thing. But we have contention. There's a maker's mark on it. The jeweller said GH. Now GH would make it a bloke called George Howson, who was for making this stuff in Sheffield in 1901. And most of his stuff that you can see online, if you look up George Howson, it was Harrison Brothers and Howson, but his initials were GH, which is what he used to stamp when he used to make stuff. But his stuff seems to be big stuff, like salt pots and things like that. So I don't know, there's a bit of contention there. I think the maker's mark says CH, which would make it Charles Horner, who, although he actually died in 1896, his sons carried on the firm. He was famous for making hat pins and things like that. And he has online, you can go ahead and have a look at some of Charles Horner's stuff, and he's famously does enamel swallows. And I'll put a photograph at the end and you just make up your own mind. But I think that is definitely the same pattern, the same style as one of Charles Horner's surviving brooches. It's got a blue enamel thing. I'll put a photograph of it at the end and see what you think. But I think the bird is an exact copy of that. Or, you know, so whether Charles Horner made this first or afterwards or whatever, I think it's a Charles Horner 1901 Chester hallmark. Now in 1901, say if you had £100, £100 now, the equivalent value of that £100 now is £13,000. So £1 is about 130 quid. So imagine what that would have set you back in 1901, and then you went and lost it in a field in Canterbury. You wouldn't be. And like I said, it's the 3rd bit of jewellery that I found from around that time in that field, in different places in that field, and it's a big old field, but it's the 3rd bit of jewellery. Something went on there in the 1900s, but I don't know what. But they lost an awful lot of jewellery doing so, and I'm quite happy because I'm finding it. Thanks for watching. I will see you all on the next one. Mind how you go.